Welcome, friends, travel party, shipmates. Today's video is about kind of like our final checklist as we get ready to leave on our cruise. According to the Princess app, we have about 39 days to go before that cruise. And I want to include a lot of the things that I've been working on, a lot of my punch list and things that I've been trying to get done before we go. It might apply to some of you, or it might be boring and unnecessary for those who already know this stuff. But I haven't spent much time on this video. I'm just kind of throwing it together really quickly, just in case it might be useful for somebody. Enjoy. If you don't have the app on your phone, or if you decide you don't want the app on your phone, a lot of the essential checklist stuff you can do from your computer. Here I've logged into the princess.com website, logged in using my account. And under Manage Booking, you can click on Booking Details. And here's my booking details, shows my booking number, the ship, the dates, information that I've selected, the different options you can do with the packages, the excursions. And then they come to this part here where they talk about the Princess app. They really push strongly that you load this app on your phone, either on an iPhone or on an Android. But if you don't have that, or if you don't want that, they've got a web version that shows a limited amount of things that it can do. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And here's a reduced version, I guess, of the app. It has all like your essential checklist. You can fill out your personal information. You can put in your payment method, which is usually a credit card that you've assigned to the account. Your passage contract, that's where you read stuff and agree to do it. Your travel documents, in our case, we put in our passport information here. Our security photos, which are required that you have your face on record. And then you also order your medallion. And you can see I've done all those things here. And now I'm what you would call I'm in the green lane. And I can do this all from your computer. You don't have to have the app at this point if you don't want to. Another thing you can do, they got some extra things down here that are not required, but they're suggested. We have our travel information. In this case, I put in something for the 27th, which was called starting my journey, and I went ahead and put in my airline information and the flight number, where it's coming from. And then I also did the same thing on the when we get back, I put the airline information. Once again, it's not required, but it might be useful information to have in your record. Then when you can bring up your app, you can see that. Back on the phone app, I just brought it up. Shows 39 days till embarkation. Another feature that I wanted to show you is under Journey, which is the bottom center selection. You pick on Journey, and under Ship Schedule, and then you can show entire ship schedule. And it's starting to populate all the different things that are on the ship schedule. And here's the first day. They want you to go check out the spa. They want you to check out getting alcohol, different things. A lot of these first things on the first days, they're trying to get you hooked into going to these different places. The casino. Day 2, they're starting to show different things. There's starting to be games. There's bingo. There's I'm not going to say them all, but if there's something that you're interested in, you can click on it. In fact, you can see right here with this little red heart. There's a couple of them here. We are usually interested in going to things like the Princess Theater, and if you click on it, and it says, "Okay, join us at this," and it tells you a little bit about it, and then you can choose whether you want to go there. In this case, I've clicked on Debbie and I's name, and they've bookmarked it, and then what we did was we kind of went through the schedule and looked at different things we were interested in, different shows, different places to go. And then if we want to see what just our schedule is, instead of picking ship schedule, we can click My Journey, and then it'll just show all of the items that you picked for yourself, and you can see that's on your calendar now. Now, most of all these same things, if you don't want to use your phone, they have what they call like the Princess Patter, and it's a paper that they take to your room every night that lists all of the things that are going to be happening the next day. So you can get a printout of all this same information and use it that way. Another thing I wanted to show you under dining, and you can either pick it from the home page or at the top at the shortcut, or you can go down here to reserve dining. And it'll show you all the restaurants that you can make reservations at. The ones with the stars are what they call the specialty ones that have an extra cost. And then the three main dining rooms, the Ketchikan, the Skagway, and the Juneau. Skagway, I think, is just walk in. You can walk in without a reservation. But if you want to make a reservation at one of the other two, you can just click on it. And it defaults, in this case, it defaults to myself and Debbie. And then you can pick what time slot you want. But another nice thing is you can add anybody that's in your shipmates. So if I click on Add Shipmates, it'll show me all the list of all the people that I've designated as my shipmates. And I've already pre-filled this in, so you might recognize. So then you can just select all the different people that you want to add to your dining reservations. And then you click on it, and then you hit Reserve. And then you might want to be thinking about some of these reservations so that if some of the time slots kind of fill up and they're not available later, in fact, maybe we should have a group discussion, is if any of you are interested, like maybe on one of the formal nights when we're dressed up fancy, we could just reserve a whole section of a restaurant just for our party, because we have like 28 people in our group. And if anybody's interested, we could just book that reservation for that time as we wanted to, if you're interested. Okay, I was just thinking that would be kind of fun. Another item I wanted to point out on our group Facebook page, which some of you or not all of you are part of, but I posted recently the baggage requirements for at least for Allegiant Airlines. Other ones might be similar, but it's got the information here about how big your carry-on personal bag can be, what your carry-on luggage can be if you paid for that, or if you're going to have a checked bag, how big that bag can be. And I know that a lot of these dimensions have changed over the years, and some of the airlines are cracking down a little more stricter than they used to be. Just for fun, I started a spreadsheet showing my personal itinerary. A lot of it will be the same as yours, but I'm showing depart from home, going to Bellingham Airport, catch Allegiant flight, airplane lands in Florida. I mean in Los Angeles. At that point, I would claim my bag and walk a little ways over to where the Ubers pick up. I'd get on my Uber app and order an Uber, and I'd ride a Uber to from the airport to the hotel, check into the hotel. In our case, we got an extra day at the hotel to do whatever we want to do, see sights, relax, whatever. Next morning, checking out of the hotel, either walking or taking a shuttle over to the cruise port, give the porter the bags. And at that point, we can go through our check-in. And then once we're on the ship, the couple required safety items is we'll report to our what we call our muster station. That's where we'll report in case there's an emergency. That's where we're supposed to report. They'll do probably some safety instructions on how to wear life jackets and what to do if you hear different alarms. Then the ship departs. First night, the first day, I should say, the very next day is what we call formal night. Chance to dress up in your fancy clothes and get pictures taken if you wanted to. Next day is Cabo San Lucas. The ship will anchor out in the bay, and we'll take water shuttles from the ship over to the shore. Um, Next day is in Mazatlan. I think I pronounced that maybe correctly. In this case, the ship actually ties up in kind of an industrial area with lots of shipping containers. And then there's a small, real small shuttle, which I believe is free, that you can ride from there over to town. Next day is we're in Puerto Vallarta. And in this case, I think the ship ties up right at the dock, right in town. After that's over, there's a couple days at sea as we come home. One of those days is another formal night. Ship arrives back in Los Angeles. We'll disembark either by carrying our bags off, or they'll take their bags for you, and then you pick them up after you get off the ship. And in our case, we got a day to spend, and then we're going to head over to another hotel close to the airport. And then on Sunday morning, we'll get on the airplane and fly back home. Another spreadsheet, which I always love to put together, you notice I like spreadsheets, is I put together all of our costs. Sometimes we don't want to know how much it's going to cost. Sometimes this is maybe information that we'd like to just spend and not let people know how much it actually is costing. Sometimes it's good. But I've put in the case of Debbie and I've shown you what it costs for Princess. Our total booking is right about $2,000. And then by the time we do our airlines and our shuttles, that's another $760. I just had a dog walk in front of me. And then the hotels, we got the fairly expensive one at the Crown Plaza for 2 nights, and the cheaper one at the Holiday Inn on the way home. And that's about another $600. I thought maybe $100 of miscellaneous food that we would buy, a couple $100 for excursion. So in our case, our estimated total budget is about $3,800. So not really twice as much, but when you figure just the cost of the cruise, there's going to be another substantial amount, even more than that, for the rest of it. Another thing sometimes we forget while we're booking our cruise is that there is a gratuity, daily gratuity, which is $17 per day per person. And so in our case, that's another $238 that they will charge your card during the cruise or shortly afterwards. And that'll be added to what Princess charges you. Well, that's all I have for today. I thank you for watching. Hopefully some of this information was interesting or useful. As the time gets closer, I'm starting to remember things and see things we got to do. I welcome any questions or comments or ways that we can be helpful to each other. This is going to be fun. Thanks for watching.